everyone, and welcome to the Week 17 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial plays from Independence Day weekend. I'm Simon Borg. We start in Kansas City, where there were plenty of talking points, starting with this Roger Espinoza tackle in the 9th minute on Will Trapp. To me, that endangers the safety and is worthy of a red, but Espinoza gets by with a talking to from referee Ted Uncle. There was a red card in this one, and Uncle showed it to crew as he's Tyson Wall right after the break, and when we slow it down, you see that when Dwyer crosses in front of Wall, who's poorly positioned, he trips him up. You see Graham Zusi telling Uncle that has to be a red card at least 4 times, and red card it was. Denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity and a penalty on top of that. Sporting KC go on to win 3-2. But before we leave Children's Mercy Park, props to assistant Jeremy Hansen for keeping the flag down on the Crew's opening goal. The freeze frame shows that Ola Kamara was essentially even with the SKC defender. A real hard call to make, and Hansen got it right. Referee Kevin Stott had a big decision to make in the 87th minute when Toronto Sebastian Jovinko goes down in the Seattle box. You see Jovinko trying to juke his way out of trouble, and Tyrone Mears just pokes the ball away. No foul. Great no call by Stott. And Jovinko, who now has gone 6 games without a goal, well, he was a frustrated forward on this night, including in the 81st minute on this offside call. But credit assistant Adam Winkowski, who got that one right. The game got hot late, and the heat of the battle may have gone to the head of Toronto's Stephen Beitashour, who goes in studs up and over the ball on Hurt Gomez. I would have gone with a red for endangering the safety, but Stott opts instead for a yellow. Another studs up play to look at. Union rookie Joshua Yarrow on Houston's Alex after about 2 minutes at BBVA Compass Stadium. We've seen that punished with a red in previous seasons, and I would have gone red here too. Referee Edvin Jurasevich elects yellow card. Now, Yarrow would eventually see red in the 87th minute, receiving a second yellow for stopping a promising attack when Houston's Mauro Manotas went down just outside the box. But from the replays we have, I'd say Manotas flopped here. But Jurasevich, who's in good position, doesn't see it the same way. And Yarrow, who's flabbergasted at the call, is off. Penalty controversy in the 64th minute. Warren Creval runs onto a ball in the box, and Houston's DeMarcus Beasley challenges. Creval wants a penalty, but Jurasevich says play on. We don't have a great angle, and we don't have a replay to say for sure, but Union coach Jim Curtin sure seems to think there was something to that one. Next up, the New York Derby at Yankee Stadium, and it got nasty at times, like this forearm by Andrea Pirlo to the neck/head of Felipe, and the replay shows Pirlo sizing him up. No card from Hilario Grajeda, but I think Pirlo risked red. Then it was David Villa's turn to put an arm in Felipe's face in the 42nd minute, but no card there either from Grajeda. I thought it deserved at least a yellow. Grajeda ultimately awarded 5 yellows and 1 straight red, that one coming in the 79th minute, and shown to Red Bulls defender Chris Duval, and that's a good call by the ref. Duval rakes Pirlo's shin with his studs. To Rio Tinto, where Alvaro Saborio was playing his first game at RSL since his trade, and I thought he had a case for a penalty after just 47 seconds. He's the first to this ball in the box, and defender Aaron Mon just clatters into him. I thought it was a PK. If that happens anywhere else on the field, that's a foul, but referee Juan Guzman says play on. RSL wanted a penalty on the other end in the 11th minute, and the debate here is whether there was a push in the back by Bobby Boswell on Yura Movsisyan, or whether Movsisyan just goes down on his own. I think this is a great no call by Guzman. It looks to me like Movsisyan lets his legs go from under him, and the contact isn't significant to send him down. And now let's contrast that with what happened in Montreal, where New England's Diego Fagundes does not go down for what would have been a potentially equalizing penalty. Make no doubt about it, if Fagundes goes down here, it's a penalty, but the contact wasn't significant enough to actually knock him down. That's called fair play, folks. On the other end of the field, Montreal wanted 2 penalties and got 1. Referee Chris Pencil says play on in the 27th minute when Michael Salazar goes down. But this low-angle replay shows that Kellen Rowe actually does go for the push in the back. I thought it was a foul. Then there was the penalty in the 53rd minute, which actually looked very similar to the Fagundes play from earlier. Here it's Revs goalkeeper Brad Knighton making contact with Ignacio Piatti, who goes down, and it's Piatti himself who puts away the PK. Great no call by referee Jose Carlos Rivero in Bridgeview, where Simon Dawkins goes down in the box deep into second half stoppage time. But that was shoulder to shoulder, in my opinion, from Chicago's number 5, Michael Harrington. Fire hold on to win 1-0. Controversy in Colorado on Tim Howard's debut. In the 25th minute, you see Rapids defender Jared Watts with his arms wrapped all around Fernando Adi in the box. I thought it was a PK, but referee Ricardo Salazar is in great position and says play on. Then again, I thought the Timbers got the benefit of a favorable call in minute 37 when Alvis Powell wipes out Jermaine Jones. I get it's a 50-50 ball, but that doesn't mean you're allowed to endanger the safety of your opponent, and I think Powell does just that with the way he goes in here. I would have gone red card, but Salazar doesn't even call a foul. Another 50-50 ball in Frisco, where I thought FC Dallas could have added to their goal tally against Orlando with a penalty in first half stoppage time. To me, Orlando goalkeeper Joe Bendik totally whiffs on the ball and takes out Fabian Castillo, who held up his run. No call from referee Silvio Petrescu, who also decides not to blow the whistle in the second half for what I thought was a cardable foul against Seb Hines, who came nowhere near the ball on this kick in the whoop. And we end in LA, where the officiating crew led by referee Robert Sabiga was really busy. First play that I think flew under the radar is Vancouver's Pedro Morales going in for the stomp on Gio Dos Santos instead of playing the ball in the 32nd minute. But Sabiga lets play continue, and we don't get a replay. Morales was at the center of things again in the 62nd minute, but I thought Sabiga did well not to whistle a foul on this shoulder-to-shoulder in the Caps box. What also didn't deserve a whistle, in my opinion, was this 68th minute flop by Steven Gerrard. But he got the call. Luckily for the Whitecaps, nothing came of the free kick. But the turning point in this game was the Galaxy's second goal 2 minutes into the second half, and Caps defender Jordan Harvey takes issue, complaining of a push from Jeff Lorenowitz. And I think he's right. Now, I know folks are going to say that happens on every corner, but that doesn't make it right. I would have called the goal back. And lastly, we end with the one red card in the match to LA's Nigel de Jong in the 74th minute. And Sabiga is spot on with this one, and even Galaxy head coach Bruce Arena admitted as much after the game. Now, before you start heaping on de Jong, and whoa, what a foul, keep this in mind. Toronto's Stephen Beitashour had the exact same tackle in Seattle, just saying. Now, that one was easy to spot, but thanks to everyone who used the hashtag Instant Replay on Twitter, keep the feedback coming. That's all for now. For our editor, Will Walsh, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time on this kick in the whoop, whoop. What's the proper sound there? Whoop, whoop. On this kick in the whoop. It's too high pitched. Whoop, whoop. Can I give you the sound separately? For this kick in the whoop.